G'day folks, while I've been editing my latest video for the Ark Down Under series, I've been seeing a lot of stuff about Snail games, and I couldn't pass up the fun stuff that's going on with Ark Survival Evolved and Ark Survival Ascended. I'll preface this with that these are my own thoughts and are inferred through my own reasoning, and pretty much just me spitballing the ideas of the things that I've read from the information available. Snail Games USA has filed documents with the SEC showing that they're acquiring funding from a company named Marbus, and Marbus just happens to be Nitrado, their current host provider of the official network, which subsequently will be shut down when Ark Survival Ascended comes online. There is some real fun stuff in the details, but for now let's talk about the $4 million that is being funded. About $1 million of that is related to money that's owed on the lease for the existing network, and represents basically a 3-month invoice. While there is $3 million of new funding to be used for Ark Survival Ascended and is being provided interest-free. The arrangement shows that the funding is to be paid back on the 31st of October, but where the money comes from is actually based on whether Ark Survival Ascended is released on time. If Ark Survival Ascended is released on the 31st of October, then the funding will be repaid from the Ark Survival Ascended. However, if it is not released by the 31st, the money will need to be repaid from Ark Survival Evolved. Being interest-free though, what is in it for Marbus? And here's the real kicker and the fun stuff. It's all in the exclusivity rights that appear to be in the document. Marbus looks like they have a 7-year exclusive license to run the official servers, but also have the exclusive rights to the unofficial ones as well. There are exceptions, and they're pretty much just listed as non-commercial, non-monetized servers, which are owned by end users for the end user's own use. This suggests that other providers cannot host Ark Survival Ascended, and if you were to run your own server, you cannot monetize it. The next kicker, if Ark Survival Ascended is released after the 31st, that 7-year exclusive license looks like it will apply to Ark Survival Evolved. Now, just remember this is me reading into the document provided, and it is my takeaway from the words used. But I'd love to be wrong, mainly because I personally don't like Nitrado's prices or the customer service. Over the last year or so with the Atlas stuff that I've been helping out people with making maps and things like that, I've never come across a situation where Nitrado has done the right thing by the end user. In either case, this will have huge ramifications on existing hosting providers and server owners, as they will have to cease operations unless Nitrado uses its entitlement to sub-license other affiliates as appointed by Marbus. Will they allow Ark Survival Ascended to be hosted by other companies? And if Ark Survival Ascended is delayed, will Nitrado insist on being the sole provider of Ark Survival Evolved? Or will they allow other companies to continue to host it? Given the poor history of Ark developments and the nature of things, as well as this document, it's somewhat worrisome. It's in the best interests and that of the players to release Ark Survival Ascended on time, but this points towards a rushed, buggy mess that's going to be piled on the community. And if Ark Survival Ascended is late, it will be Ark Survival Evolved that could turn into that mess that ends up being piled on us. The funding arrangements are available for anyone to see as it's been posted on the stock exchange, so feel free to read it for yourself and make up your own mind about what it means. But after the recent issues surrounding the mass banning of the Island Boys and the allegations of corruption against T on the Conquest servers, this may not sit well with the player base, especially since I don't feel that Nitrado has the best reputation as a hosting provider. Not to mention the deals that content creators have with other providers, as well as the discounts that they get for server hire. I really hope that this ends up just being legal jargon as part of an agreement for funding, and maybe I'm reading way too much into it, but I find that I don't trust what's going on in the background for a game that I enjoy and was really looking forward to the next evolution of the franchise. At any rate, if you know something more than what I have mentioned, let me know in the comments, as I'm really keen for information whether I'm right or wrong about it. My name is Scarvig, and thanks for listening.